we're getting soaked every time we set a foot outside. Hey, Corinne, thank you so much. All right, can you believe 2 days? 2 days until I can open the magic book and share it with you. Can't wait. I can't wait. But we are going to do some sneak peeks tonight. I've got 3 different cards for you tonight since we're doing sneak peek. But there is still time through the end of tomorrow. You can still reach out to me, sign up for the In Color Club. Again, it's $43 for just the basics, which gives you the ink pad, the ink refill, a full pack of the cardstock in every color, the Stampin' Right marker, the Stampin' Blend marker, both the, dark and light, and then the designer series paper. So that's $43 plus, I think it's $8 for shipping, 8 or 9. If you want it all, including the glitter paper or the glimmer paper, the metallic ribbons, and the matte decorative dots and all the in colors. Hi, Sierra. Thank you. Hey, Valerie. Hi, Jerry. If you want it all, then we just need to add 60, make it 60, right? And plus the postage if you're long distance. Of course, you can pick it up locally if you are local to me and avoid the shipping charge. So that is open until tomorrow night, and it will be open after that. It's just you still get the free gift if you register by tomorrow night. I will probably keep it open, let's say through the 10th. So, and then the annual paper share, annual catalog paper share. I mean, this is huge, guys. This is going to give you 166 sheets of designer series paper. I know probably in the email it said 168. That was before I realized that masculine paper that we played with, He's the Man, had those punch out die cuts, right? So I can't give you 2 sheets of that, but I can give you half a sheet of the die cuts. So you'll get those along with, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12 designer series papers in the core, all the pretty papers for $55. Add on the specialty papers, which gives you the In Color Glimmer, the brushstroke, which is gorgeous, the rose gold, and the distress gold, which I haven't seen yet, but I can't wait. And then you will get that for an additional $10. So $65 gets it all for you. Plus you'll get a free gift, again, registering by tomorrow night. You'll get that new vellum overlay paper, which is really pretty and really cool to play with. So don't forget, you can still sign up through tomorrow for either the In Color Club or the paper shares. If you are going to reach out to me via text or email or private message, just make sure you tell me which one, In Color or paper share, and which option. All of it tells me you want all the In Color stuff, or you want all the paper, or just the basics, or all the pretty paper is the smaller version. Okay. All right. Thank you, Connie. I appreciate that. Hey, Connie. Hi, Betty. Hey, Jerry. Okay. What else did I want to tell you? Of course, the last chance. You've got one more day. If there's anything left that you want to grab, make sure you do. If you want to stock up on cardstock, dimensionals, those types of things, make sure you grab those as well, because that pricing will increase on Tuesday morning, okay, with the new catalog launch. So I think that is all I had from a business standpoint. Let's talk about the cards that we made on Thursday, which I hope the winner likes purple. And the winner is, I believe it was Christine Flickner. And I think, Christine, you're in New York. So if you can private message me your address, I will be doing some mailings this week and I will get these out to you. Congratulations. And thank you so much for watching. All right, so that's taking care of that. And then don't forget, I will be live Tuesday night at 8 over on my YouTube channel, Addicted Stamper, Lori Staley. Come find me, come play with us, come chat with us. I give away the card I make over there as well. And then I wanted to share with you the cards that were in my card swap on Friday night. The girls do the ladies do a fabulous job. So this one is with the new stamp set, Artistic Imagery, I think it's called. I'm still learning all the names. And Lisa made this one. So it was beautiful. We loved it. Hi, Shirley. And then Nadia made this cute camping card. Isn't that cute? You know, I have resisted, oh, and she puts little binoculars on the inside. I have resisted this stamp set. It's called Campology. It's in the annual catalog for 2 years now. It carried over. I think I'm buying it because I love the trees and I like the whole camping theme. It makes great masculine cards, or even like if you have Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, it's perfect for that. Kelsey made this one. So cute. I love the plants. And I'm so happy that that one carried over for us. So we have that one. And then Stacy did this, and she Winkastella'd this whole thing. I mean, I don't think the camera's going to pick it up, but there is glimmer all over that beautiful, beautiful Hues of Happiness paper. Hi, Tina. So very nice there. I think these are some of the new glossy dots that she used. And of course, she put a flower inside as well. And she Winkastella'd that too. So if you like glimmer, you would love this card. Speaking of glimmer, and this young lady's on with us, Destiny made this beautiful card. I love this card. I love the glimmer paper. So this is sneak peek, right, of the new in color glitter paper that's coming, or glimmer paper. I don't know why I keep saying glitter paper. This was beautiful. This is, of course, a carryover die, which I absolutely love. And she did it on some basic white. And then she fussy cut her thing. So I think this is gorgeous. I love this one. And of course, it's got purples on it. So of course I love it, right? Uh-oh. Okay, I'm pretty sure Cindy made this one. Cindy, if you're on, tell me if I'm right. And it's the potted succulents with that great die cut that gives us that whole background. Love that. And I love how she did the little pot stick with the thanks on it. So really cute, colored it with her blends, did a really nice job with that. This one was done by Christy. Hi, Jen. And another really cute one. And here's our basic borders in action, right? And I love those dies. You can do so much with them. She's got some, looks like polished dots on there. Of course, this is the color and contour. And then she did this on the inside, and she did a little bit of the timber embossing folder there. So really nice cards. The last one, and this was the winner of the card contest, was of course done with our On the Horizon paper. Would you look at the pebbles on here? It's crazy, but it's beautiful. She did a great job. This was the card winner. I love the little fence. She's got the greenery going on here with some designer series paper and stamped it. And this was done by Teresa. So a great job by all, but I wanted to share those with you. And it's kind of fun to be able to share those with you because we all have a stamping style, right? And you might get sick of my stamping style. So here you get to see a sneak peek of what some of my ladies do on the team, on my team members. Okay. All right. So let's get into our sneak peeks. We are going to play with Wisteria Wishes. How cool is this stamp set? I love, love, love Wisteria, of course, because most of the time you'll find it in purple. Yes, Cheryl, we missed you too. And we are going to, of course, use the Orchid Oasis as our card base. I'm so cold, my fingers will not open the bag. I think it's because it's damp, right? And it's damp outside, it's been raining. And of course, I'm down underground, I'm in our downstairs, so that doesn't help. It's cold underground. I love this stamp too. And then I am going to use the Greenery, the stitched Greenery die. And this is a full card front die. Okay, here you can see it in some Highland Heather. Whenever I make one and then I don't use it, I just throw it in case when I go to make it the next one. Bumblebee, I think, is that color, but you can see all that great stitching, right? So we're going to do it on Old Olive for our project tonight. And you can see it more than covers our front sheet of cardstock. Oh, I do have one more thing to talk to you about. I'll come back to that. We'll do this card and then we'll do an intermission and I'll talk to you again. All right, so I just took it, sorry, voice is acting funny tonight. I just took it over to my die cutting machine. And we're gonna run that through. Now this doesn't cut the paper. This just puts that embossed stitching in the paper. So that's kind of cool. And you could stitch this. You could do this through with stitched greenery die, and then you could punch or die cut labels, circles, whatever you would like, right? And there we go. So pretty cool. I like that a lot. Oh, yeah, there you go. It's a good one to have on your list, that's for sure. Sorry, oh, what's wrong with my voice? Okay, so then I'm gonna grab, got some stamping to do here. So we're gonna bring in some of the Orchid Oasis ink and the old olive ink. I'm gonna start with the branch at the top of the basic white. And I want the wisteria to hang somewhat straight, right? So we're going to try to make sure that I'm stamping. So the branch and the stems, if you will, I'm not sure, is that what they call? Call the pieces that the floral portion of the plant hangs from. Then we're going to grab this. And this is really cool because they're all together. So it's a once and done stamp, right? Of course, it is photopolymer. I have my foam pad under me. That is so important that so that helps you get a really good, crisp image. I think we should be good right there. How pretty are they? Just love this. It's on Ashley's list as well. Is it on anybody else's? That's a good one. All right. For right now, I'm done with that Orchid Oasis, so I'm going to put that in the kit before I lay my hand in it. I'm talented like that. How about you guys? All right, and then I'm also going to use watercolor shapes. I really like playing with these. I love using them on my greetings, right? So to give your greeting a little bit more interest, and I am using the thank you, thank you from Plentiful Plants on Lisa's too. Cool. On Sharon's. All right, there's going to be a lot of those going out the door, I think. That's good. I was pleased that that one was on the pre-order list for the demonstrators. We are going to take a piece of white scrap. Well, my hands were just not working. They're so cold. And we are going to stamp. Actually, I do need that Oasis again. We are going to stamp the thank you right down here. It's a really nice deep purple, that Orchid Oasis. I'm going to really like that one, I think. So I'm not a brights girl. So for me, the in colors are pushing me out of my comfort zone and expanding my utilization of colors. I think I picked up the wrong one of these. Utilization of color, right? Because I do tend to stay with, no, I didn't. Stay with my regals, subtles occasionally, certainly my neutrals. But these colors are going to make me expand my horizons, if you will. So all I'm doing is I inked that up in Old Olive and I stamped it down over top of it. And I'm really thinking that I grabbed the wrong stamp set for my thank you. I did, because it fits on my original card. So let's see what I can do to fix that, if anything. Not that way, I can't. Let's do it this way. Let's see what I can do. See how cool these are? Nope. Okay, let's see. Can I make it do something different? Sure I can. We're gonna mix it up right on the fly. How about that? On your wish list, Tina? Good. Good, good, good. You'll like it. It's a good one. And remind me to try something for you here before we put this one aside. If you haven't noticed it already, I'll show you another little trick with this set that expands its versatility. All right, so we're going to change up the greeting from what I had originally because I grabbed the wrong stamp set with the wrong thank you. I literally got home like 25 minutes before I came on live, so I was quickly trying to put some stuff together. And I'll need a little block, so let me grab that. What else is on your wish list? So what's the first thing going in your cart on Monday? Oh, on Wednesday. No, it's Tuesday. May 3rd is Tuesday. There we go. You touched my heart. And then we'll put the thank you on the inside. So we're just going to trim that out freehand. I'm going to keep it fairly close to the border. I don't want a lot of white. I am mounting it on white, so it'll still have a nice surround, if you will. But the watercolor shapes come in rectangles, squares, circles, and ovals, and you can just have so much fun. I have a coffee and card prepared for later in the month, and I used the circle to create the moon. So you can do a lot with it. The heron set, okay. Go to greetings, yeah, wild and sweet, awesome. There you go, Carol. I just read your mind. That's all. I just read your mind, darling. Yeah, I do this a lot. We've done this in my clubs. I've done it for swaps that I've created for events myself. So it works very well, and it does look very nice, as you can see. It just adds a little extra something. You can go with one layer because you've layered the inks in this particular situation. Teacup, oh yes. Well, as a matter of fact, we have a teacup card tonight, so you'll get a sneak peek. It's one that we did Friday night. So some of you have already done it, but that's okay, right? I must read your mind. That's how in tune we are. Gotta love it, right? All right, so you touched my heart. I love that. We're gonna grab. Sorry, my voice is really acting funky here, and I don't know why. All right, so we're gonna start working on this. I'm gonna go ahead and put that thank you on the inside of my card. Since I already have it on my block, I'm also gonna grab a little piece of greenery to go inside. So we're gonna stamp the thank you in. Hi, Linda, how have you been? Donna is with, oh, the teacup. Yes, 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 yes. That's a good one too. The parakeet set. Oh, okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Do that. Well, 2 sides to every piece of paper. Thank heavens, right? The potted geranium is a good set. Yeah. So there's a set in the catalog which is absolutely perfect for my husband, but I didn't see it until just the other day, so it's now on my list. I think tech something. It's at the bottom of a page and it's a small set, so it almost disappears on the page. But my husband, if you don't know, is the computer and phone technician for Mechanicsburg School District. So I looked at that set and I went, oh my gosh, I can make a lot of cards for him with that. Oh, I have a crying kitty. Did you hear that? He is expressing his displeasure that he has been penned downstairs with me, apparently. They're all batty cats. They are, they are. So this makes a really nice thank you card. And it's not too hard. We didn't do a lot. You know, we just did the background with the die. Sorry. Let me grab something here quick. All right. So I wanted to get the metallic ribbon and add to it. I think that'll give us a little bling. What do you think? A little bling. I also grabbed my Winkestella. We need to bling it up a little bit. I know, right? Yeah, tech support. That's it. You got it. It's perfect for him. I always wished when I was working in corporate world, right, that they would have a really cool telephone set, because I could have made all kinds of cards for my staff, because I ran call centers for 30 years, customer service call centers. So, but we never really did. But I'll also use it to make the birthday cards and things for the folks in his office, and it'll get a lot of use. Okay, so this is the metallic ribbon. This is part of what you get with the I Want It All in Color Club. This is, of course, the Orchid Oasis. Isn't it gorgeous? Woo! I want nail polish that color. I do. I want nail polish that color. I think that would be awesome. Let's do a little pop dotting back here. Now, I haven't used the term pop dotting in 18 and a half years. So where that came from, I don't know. Let's call it dimensionals, huh? In the olden days, it was pop dots. Okay. Oops. And I can't wait to see the in color matte dots too. So it is, they weren't available when I placed my pre-order, and I didn't go back and reorder when they came in. So that'll be on my May 3rd order. So I'm just going to add some wink. Onto the wisteria. Just for a little extra bling. We gotta have the bling. All right, what do you think of that one? You see that shimmer pickup on there? And then the cute little watercolor stamp behind or in front of our greeting, however you choose to do it. All right, good. Okay, so let me clean this up and then I'll talk to you a minute about something else that I want to share with you, because I've never known them to do this. So with the catalog launch on May 3rd, we are running a promotion with the kit. So we're back to the kit. Now the kit is always a good deal because you always get $125 in product of your choice for $99. Plus you get a free paper pumpkin and all kinds of other goodies in your kit. But from May 3rd to May 31st, if you are thinking about grabbing that kit, whether you want to be a hobby demonstrator, whether you just want to shop for yourself and get the discount, whether you just have a couple of friends you want to get together with and stamp on a fairly regular basis and be able to buy your products, it's never a bad idea because there is no commitment and there is no risk. And you get the discount for the first full quarter after you join. So if you join in May, you get that discount the whole way through September, which gets you the mini catalog too, the new holiday mini catalog coming out. But in addition to your $125 in choice, you're going to get in color grid paper, which I haven't even seen yet. I can't wait. You're going to get a sorted pack of the 8.5 by 11 in color cardstock. You're going to get the ink pad collection. So you'll get the 5 new in colors in the ink pads, and you'll get the designer series paper. So you get that all free in addition to your 125. So it's like, I think a 65, 50, don't hold me to that. I might be off $1 here or 50 cents there. Additional in free merchandise. So again, if you are interested, it runs from May 3rd to May 31st. You can get all new product in your kit, plus that assortment of in color products. Kind of a really good win. So keep that in mind. And I can put a link at the top of the video when we're done tonight with how to join my team. Would love to have you. I have great ladies on my team. I'm working on ways of incorporating for the long distance ladies as well as my local ladies, but doesn't matter where you are, we will love you and embrace you and welcome you. Also, here is the May hostess code. So when you are placing your orders, again, if they're under $150, make sure that you are using that host code and you will earn the new Just Cards, right? These are the Just Cards for May. I had to do another ladybug. I can't stop playing with that ladybug. Got some masculine, and this is the new fern with the print embossing or fern embossing folder, the print designer series paper. So again, tried to design fairly significantly that all you need is some kind of a greeting, right? This one you do, excuse me, you do need the pelican image. Here you would do a little bit of heat embossing. That's the only, and then of course here you need the little stamps from my friend. New papers, do you see it? The teapot paper, the Hues of Happiness paper, this, and sun prints, and there's another one and I don't remember, but this is the green version and this is the blue version. And then this is the Perfectly Penciled, I think it's called, and it's all black and white cards. So these would be the cards you would earn for free with a minimum $30 product purchase. I don't know why I keep saying 35. $30 product purchase on my website using this month's host code. Okay. That, I believe, is the end of the business. So let's move on to our next project. And now we're going to play with Starry Night. So this is quickly become, oh, I didn't score that. This is quickly becoming one of my favorites. Because it's more in those regal tones, right? And whatever you decide to put it with, you're going to see more purple or more blue in this color. Of course, this one is cut 4 1/4 by 11. We have a piece of basic white that we're just going to mount to our card front. And as you can tell, this is a 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 piece of basic white. And then here is one of the patterns for the new in color designer series paper that you get as part of the in color club. Cute polka dots on one side and this really cool plaid or yeah, I guess it's a plaid pattern, right? I really like that pattern. And then the other one I think is stripes and floral. And I like that we have the light and dark tones of Starry Sky in that DSP, Designer Series paper, sorry. Then I just did some layering circles, and I'm going to use Brood for You. Great, great masculine set. It can also be for teenagers because this to me is a soda, right? That's a soda glass. Here's your beer glass, here's your wine glass, and here's just your jug. Your greetings, oh, ale, yes. Another round for your birthday. I owe you one or several. You've got your foam for your variety of beer or soda, and then you've got some bubbles that can be coming out of the jug. So this is a fun set. Love it. Let me show you the dies that go with that. Really cool dies. I'm not sure why we've got 3 little leaves in there, and I guess that's a bigger, fancier leaf. I'm not sure, but I haven't die cut with them yet. So I'm anxious to do that. But you can see you have an insert for your beer mug, an insert for your wine glass, and an insert for what I'm calling the soda glass. And then these lines will fit into the stamp if you so choose to do that. So yeah, it's a cute set. It is a very cute set. And like I said, great for masculine or teenagers or whatever you want to do. All right, let me grab some stamps. Hops, there you go. Like it. Like it, like it. Get my stamps out. And I messed up because I did not want to put this paper on here yet. Let's see. It's not as easy to release the seal as it is to release the old snail. But it can be done if you're careful. So I'm walking, you can see I'm walking my fingers along the paper. There we go. We did it. Because I am going to add some of the denim ribbon. I don't think this carried over, guys. But I really like it. And it's, again, it's something else that's really good for masculine cards, right? Maybe it did. I just don't remember seeing it. Somebody can look and tell me maybe if it did. Ashley's on it, I'm sure. So we're going to go ahead and run that across there. And when you first see it, you're like, well, that doesn't really go. But it really does. When you get the whole card done, it really does kind of work out very nicely with their rest of our design. And as I said, it is a good masculine ribbon, if there is such a thing, right? I don't know. Do guys really care ribbon? Did she? You better hang on to her. She is a wise woman. Oops. All right, now I can put this back on. Not that there is a right and wrong to the pattern, but I always like to start at the top. Okay, there we go. Going to take this, we're going to do a little stamping, going to bring in some memento. Oh, darn it. I couldn't remember. So I got some memento here. We're going to stamp our beer mug down. Love it. I've got some crushed curry. So I'm actually going to use the stamp of the insert pieces. And I'm going to bring it the whole way down to the bottom so that cute. I have a pile of stamps to clean when we are done tonight. And then I just did a die cut out of the Starry Sky. And I'm going to, before I do that, I'm going to stamp the bubbles or the foam. I'm going to do that in the memento as well. Get that right along the side and the top, across the top. And then I can mount it to my Starry Sky circle. Just wanted a little bit of delineation, that dark, just a tiny dark edge. It almost fades away in the background, but that's okay. I needed that to break up the white. Now, when you mount something over a ribbon, right, you want to try to make sure that you don't put the dimensionals where the ribbon's going to fall, because otherwise you're just adhering your piece to the ribbon. And if the ribbon comes loose, well, then you're going to lose the piece too. So always try to straddle your ribbon when you're mounting. Okay. And then I kept this one pretty simple too. For our greeting, I am using that another round for your birthday. Thus the reason I put it in a circle, round, get it? I have way too much time on my hands. Oh, if only that were true. If only that were true. Someday I will. I just feel it in my bones that someday I will have time on my hands. I don't think it's going to happen for a very long time. I'm going to try that on the other side. That one didn't make me happy. Let's get it. Well, that's not going to make me happy either. Let's line that up. Am I still on camera? Yeah. Okay, good. That's better. And then I just want to do a little angle. Okay. And then I'm going to come over here and do the same angle. Come here. And then I'm going to go ahead and hold this in place so I can cut my mount as well, right? So we're going to do that. And that. I got your order. I haven't placed it. I have not been home this weekend, hardly at all. I basically was down in Gettysburg since Friday afternoon. Right? But it's cute and it gives you a little bit of an angle. So yes, Ashley, I will get it in for you. Yep. I will either do it later tonight if I manage to stay awake, or I will do it tomorrow first thing. Use up some scrap pieces here. Yeah, it is. It's very simple. You have the tools, you have scissors, you've got what you need to make it happen, right? You don't need a die, you don't need a punch. And sometimes simple is fabulous. And especially when you're dealing with masculine cards, they don't want a lot of frou-frou. They prefer less frou-frou. So we're going to put that down here. And I'm going to bring in a new embellishment. These are the rustic metallic adhesive back dots. And they are all the same shade. As soon as I find that little flap. Oh, good. It's a fun set. And I have a dear friend whose husband likes beer. So I think I'm going to tuck this away for his birthday. I think he might get a chuckle out of this. And we're just going to put on some of these new embellishments. So they have two sizes to them. Okay. And then one, because you know we want three, right? We'll put one right there and see if I can get those even going across. I think that looks pretty good. What do you think? And I can't help myself. I have to do one more thing. And I can do that if I didn't get rid of my Wisteria. We're going to add a little fizz, glimmer, or whatever you want to call it, to the foam. Now, I will tell you, right, we use Memento because we use that with alcohol markers, right? So it is a water-based ink and it works beautifully with the alcohol markers. If you go over the Memento too much, now you can get away with a little bit, but not a lot. If you go over the Memento with the Wisteria, you're going to bleed out that Memento over time. So my tip is to either go around your stamped portion or use your StazOn. Maybe I haven't tried it with StazOn, but use your StazOn with your glimmer paper. But I think that is a really cute masculine card. I've got a greeting here for the inside, and then this one will be finished. Wow, Ashley, good for you. That's great. I don't know. I guess I need to. I haven't made any. I haven't this year. Yeah. And that is wishing you all the happiness you can imagine. That is from the Happiness Abound set. Okay, that's the pretty flower rose that we've been using. All right, so this is just going to go on the inside. That will be done. Okay, there we go. Project number 2 with another new set. Like that one. It's fun. All right. Oh, here we go. I've got one more. This one is one that we did Friday night, but it's got a little technique with it that I get to teach you. Well, maybe you know it already. I don't know. And it is with the teacup set. So if you're a teacup fan, you want to hang around. So we are using soft succulent as our card base. Oh yeah, Donna, he would like that. He would, he would. He would. And then I have a layer of petal pink. Petal pink is one of those colors I don't use a lot, but we're going to use it tonight. And I have a piece of basic white. So this one is the 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and then this one is 4 by 5 1/4. I embossed that with the painted texture embossing folder. I'm like, I literally just had that. And there it is. I'm glad that one is staying. I'm sad that, what is it? Tasteful Textile is leaving. Tasteful Texture, something like that. But I'm glad that the painted texture is staying because that's another good overall background one. All right, let's grab some goodies here. So I did use the Teacup Designer Series paper, and I cut my teacup out in advance. So cute, right? Those little flowers are just adorable. I also took a piece of that Orchid Oasis and I embossed that with the gingham embossing folder. Okay, we're going to put that down along the edge here. And remember, when you've embossed cardstock, you want short little strokes. Don't press real hard with your seal because it will tend to grab the embossed paper and it could tear it. Okay. So we have that. And then we took the doilies from Blessings of Home, that suite that's in the mini catalog. And we just cut one in half, but we don't want the cinnamon cider side. We want the white side. So we're going to mount that right there. I will tell you that of course, I ran out of seal. I think the doilies with the tea set is going to be really cute. The doilies that we have, what we only have through June, and it is these that are in the mini catalog, and there are 3 colors. There's the cinnamon cider. Yeah, somebody help me. What are the other ones? But anyway, if you like doilies with the tea set, or you think you're going to like doilies with the tea set, you want to grab yourself a pack of those. And if you're cutting them in half like this for this card, it's going to last you for quite a while. So that's the good news. All right, so then I have a strip of white, which I'm going to lay on the soft succulent so I can actually see it. And I'm going to stamp that in the Orchid Oasis. Let me grab that back from the other kit. Are you seeing a theme with me and the Orchid Oasis? Uh-huh. I do like that color. How could I not? It's a purple. Just a note. Just a note comes from Flowing Flowers. I think I might have used that recently in another live, that particular stamp from Flowing Flowers. And I've got a piece of soft succulent that we are going to, oh yeah, that's out, isn't it? I did say that. I did say I just ran out of seal. Grab a refill. Thank you, Misty Moonlight Cinnamon Cider. Thank you, Corinne. I knew it was the blue, but you think I could come up with the name of it? Nope. I think I should be worried about my brain sometimes. Okay, here we go. Oh, well, it helps if you start it, right? Yeah. Every time I use the seal, I am just amazed at how different it is from when it first came out. And I'm so thankful, as I'm sure we all are, right? All right, so we have that. That's going to end up going right up there. We're going to take some of the greenery from the teacup set, and we're going to go ahead and stamp that in the soft succulent. And this I'm going to have to die cut. So cute. So cup of tea. I didn't even show you cup of tea, did I? There is cup of tea, and then the teacup dies that go with it. So we just stamped this image. And these flowers that you see, they align to go on the stems of the greenery. So that's kind of fun. And look, I've already been cutting teacups like crazy. So I've got extras in there already, and sweet sorbet and white. And you do get 2 teacups. You get the solid, and then you get the one that has like the fern or the greenery, whatever you want to call it, that you die cut out at the same time as you're cutting the cup. This is going to go through the machine. I'll be right back. Grab my Post-it note tape to make sure. You know, when you're cutting circles and things just out of cardstock as mats or mounts, you don't really have to worry about if it slips and slides too much. But when you're doing a stamped image die cut, that's when you want that Post-it note tape or some form of that, right? Post-it notes themselves can be used. Of course, if you're like me, you got a ton of washi tape around too that you can use. I just trust the Post-it note tape because at this point, I have not yet had it actually tear my paper. Okay. However, it might make your image disappear. There it is. It went to the floor. I'm like, okay, that was magic. I do have a magical floor. Have I told you about my magical floor? I drop something on my floor. I watch it go the whole way down. And just before it hits the floor, it disappears. It's magical. And then I can't find it. So this is going to sit right inside our teacup. Okay. But before we do that, let's lay this aside for a second and we'll come back to this. Still have a little work to do on that. This is the trick I want to show you. So years ago, we used to have what we called a Versa marker. And a Versa marker, of course I do, Karen, of course, everybody, right? A Versa marker was just Versamark in a pen. And so if you didn't get an image embossed quite perfectly and you wanted to go back and touch it up, you could use the Versa marker to do that. We don't have the Versa marker anymore. But what we do have is Versamark refill. So I took a clear block and I put a dab, and you don't need much, just like a dot, of the reinker on the block. And then I took a good old trusty blender pen, I should say, blender pen, not a blender pen. So these are the ones that we sell in packs of 3. They are double tipped. They are great with your watercolor pencils. They're great with your pastels. You can color by putting, you know, your reinkers for your classic ink pads in the lid and pick up the color that way and color with them. You can squeeze your ink pads together, right? Do a little CPR and we'll see if this works. Sometimes it doesn't work with the new ones. Oh, and look, you've got a pool of ink there that you can pick up with your blender pen and color with. So it's a very handy tool to have in your studio. I love that it comes in packs of 3s. I use one for bleach sometimes. We've done the bleach technique together. Tonight, I am going to do the Versamark. And all I'm going to do is pick up some of that reinker off the clear block. And I'm going to draw my line right across the top of the teacup. Now, I don't want it to get blobby, but if it does, we can go back and fix that with the blender pen that we're using, right? So right across the top edge of the teacup, and you can even do down here if you want to. I think I need more reinker. One of the ladies, Sheila, on Friday did it around the handle. That was cute. But basically now you can put embossing anywhere you want simply by grabbing your blender pen and your reinker. And if you don't buy the reinkers for your ink pads and your Versamark pad, etc., I'm going to make sure I had gold embossing powder. I do recommend it. I recommend it for a couple of reasons. One, you never know how hard you may or may not use an ink pad, right? So if you run out, if your ink pad is not well inked, you're not going to get as great an image when you stamp, obviously, as you may want. So you may have to deal with that if you don't have a reinker on hand. There's a lot of techniques that we do with reinkers, right? So they're always good to have on hand to be able to make all the different techniques with. And then now here's an example of something you can actually do with that Versamark reinker. So, uh-oh, my heat tool's not plugged in. No, it went with us and it didn't get plugged back in. I can fix that. That was an unpleasant surprise when I went to turn it on. All right, here we go. So you can see the powders on there. If you need a little brush, I always keep a little brush handy. And like this line went a little crazy down here, so I can brush some of that off to make it a little straighter. There we go. And then just heat set. And you'll see very quickly how the gold comes up, right? You can see that almost immediately. We'll do that down there too. And just that quick, we have a gold rimmed teacup. So, because I wanted gold rim on there. I wanted some differentiation on the designer series paper. I loved cutting it out of the designer series paper, but I wanted the lip to stand out. And then of course, around the base, I thought that would look good too. So that is how easy it is to apply your Versamark to your project. And I've got powder everywhere. I'm not sure why. But yeah, so there we go. There's our cup. So now I can go ahead and mount to the back our greenery, and you can see it stands out a little bit better because of the gold on the lip of the cup. And then I am, sorry, going to pop that with some dimensionals. Did the heat tool? Oh, that was in my tray. Hello. Yes, that was not smart of me, was it? Well, I'll clean that up when we're done. I will take care of that. Okay. So we've got that. And that's going to sit right there. And then our just a note, we're going to go ahead and pop that up too. So who's going to try that with the Versamarker and, or not the Versamarker, but the Versamark and the blender pen? Anybody think that's cool? Let's go ahead and get that mounted to the back. Carol is good. Yeah, that would have been bad. Yeah, it just blew everywhere. Lisa is good. Excellent. All right, and then we need a little bling and an inside, right? So let me find my inside sheet. And really all I did on the inside is I put some more greenery. That one didn't want to close because it says just a note. So I can make this into any kind of card I want. Okay, and then now these are definitely retiring. They were available on the weekend. I mean, not on the weekend. At the end of last week, they were available. I don't know if they still are, but these are the metallic pearls. And I love these because they're nice and small and they come in the silver and the gold, right? So unfortunately, some of mine went to the bag itself versus staying on the paper. So we're going to do that. And I'm guessing that one did not come with its glue. So let's get another one here. There we go. And then we'll do that. And that ties in with the gold embossing powder and finishes it off with just a little bit of an accent. Okay. All right. So the 3 that we did tonight, well, we're going to get rid of this right now, guys. There's a trash can right beside me. The 3 that we did tonight, of course, was our teacup and our masculine birthday and our wisteria. These are all sneak peeks for you out of the new catalog. Only 2 more sleeps until we can get to the new catalog, and you are going to love everything that's in it. Well, you've seen it. Most of you have seen it, right? Because you've gotten your catalogs. But you are going to love playing with the things in it. I'm having a good time. We're going to have some new classes coming up, and I'm looking forward to another year of stamping with all of you. Thank you so much for your support. It means the world to both myself and my husband. We really appreciate each and every one of you, and I love that you come and hang out with me on these lives, and hopefully soon back in-person classes. So take care. Have a great rest of your Sunday night and a good week. And check me out on Tuesday night on YouTube. And come find me on Thursday morning here again at 10 o'clock for coffee and cards. Take care, guys. Bye.